You know, they say cinema is the best form of escapism, and it's certainly true tonight because there's a full-on storm blowing outside, so it's really good to be inside. Anyway, today I'm about to watch the biographical sports drama known as The Smashing Machine, which is written, directed, co-produced and edited by Benny Safdie, and starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, Ryan Bader and Alexander Usak. Here's the plot. MMA fighter Mark Kerr battles both inside the ring and within himself, struggling to maintain dominance in the brutal world of mixed martial arts, while coping with painkiller addiction and emotional turmoil in his pursuit of greatness in an unforgiving sport. The film is based on the life and career, as well as the 2002 documentary The Smashing Machine, the life and times of the extreme fighter Mark Kerr. Did you know in order to portray Mark Kerr, Dwayne Johnson had to put on about 25 to 30 pounds? That's like 2 stone. And if you think about it, The Rock is already a big guy, and he's also double the age of the person he's portraying. That's impressive. Excitement level, it's a little bit above mid-level. I already saw the trailer and I watched it and I was like, okay, that does look like quite a good sports-based drama. And I didn't even realise Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was in it because he's wearing prosthetics and a wig. Now, I have liked a lot of sports dramas in the past, and I particularly liked things like boxing films. They always end up being a really good movie. Although this isn't a boxing film, it's kind of got that same flavour. So it's nice that instead of boxing, we're going to be switching it up for what is an amateur wrestler transitioning to a UFC fighter. Now, I have my snacks already. I'm just about to go in, and I just want to take a moment, guys, to thank you personally for any of those who've been following the journey so far, watching all the videos. I really do appreciate it. For anyone who hasn't joined us yet, do press the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. So I'm just about to go in. I'll let you know with my thoughts after the movie. Okay, so the film's just finished, so I'm going to go over the highlights and then the hang-ups, starting, of course, with the highlights. I thought Dwayne Johnson as Mark Kerr gave one of his absolute best performances of his career. He didn't play his usual confident, funny action hero. Here he played a quiet, broken man who was full of all sorts of pain, both emotionally and physically. His ability to show real emotion as an actor really did surprise me, and it kept me captivated throughout. I also thought Emily Blunt, who played Mark Kerr's wife, gave a very, very good performance. She gave a very deep and emotional characterization. Like every top-level actor or actress, she conveyed so much of what her character was feeling through her character's emotions and their actions that they took. And how deep they went with her character going through a breakdown, I really kind of felt that journey that she was on. And the chemistry between Johnson and Blunt was very, very good. They're arguing in the film. I almost felt like a third person in the room, you know, like it's not really supposed to be there, that feels the awkwardness of a situation as it just escalates. They played that very, very real, and it also lent itself to that when they had a softer moment, those moments felt very honest. I mean, you could sense that they loved each other, but they just couldn't escape the chaos of their relationship and their lifestyle. And I also liked the friendship between Mark and his trainer, his former trainer, who becomes his rival. It was interesting to see that play out and the various obstacles that they faced. I also want to give high praise to how the director made everything in his world feel very, very real. The gyms, the fights, the hotels, the crowds, nothing ever felt like a movie set. It intentionally had a documentary style to it. Now, I haven't seen the real documentary, the one I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, but you could tell it was kind of emulating that feel. And I'm sure if you sort of told some people, like, you know, this was the actual documentary, I'm sure some would buy it because of, like I said, how real it felt. And finally, I thought the themes of addiction, pain, love and identity were very well explored in the movie. You got to see how a guy who spent his whole life being tough and at the same time being so broken on the inside. Hang-ups. The emotional parts of the movie, as well as Mark Kerr's life outside the ring, for me were the strongest parts of the film. But something I didn't engage with as much as I thought I was going to was actually the fights itself. You never felt the danger of a fight, you know, like whether someone was going to win or lose, or the struggle that they go through. The ones that did have more focus felt like more footnote versions or highlight reels, and then the others felt more like montages, because they kept constantly cutting back between what was happening in the ring and then what was happening elsewhere. And it kind of just sort of made you feel a bit disengaged. Me personally, I just didn't feel in the moment because of that. So basically they got across the technical side to the fight, but for me, not the brutality and the struggle of one. I actually felt more engaged during the training parts of the film rather than the fights themselves. Now, this next point, I don't know quite how to get it across, because it's the story itself, the journey that you take throughout the movie. It felt kind of disjointed. Like I said, I don't quite know how to sort of articulate that, but moments in the film were all really good, the drama and everything else, but there never felt like a through line. It never felt like it was ever sort of leading somewhere or going somewhere. It just sort of, loads of things happened and then it just kind of ended, which I guess is kind of how a documentary style film goes. You just get little flashes, little clips of a day or someone's life, but it never really feels like it's going somewhere. Final rating. This was a slower paced film, but I'm going to highlight that as a positive because that really elevated the emotional drama in the film, and is what helped gave us the stellar performances from all the main cast. As I already said, the lack of engagements in the fight and the fact that the story felt a little directionless at times and it never had any sense of closure kind of made the whole experience a little unfulfilling. But I did enjoy it. I didn't love it, but I feel like it was the performances from all the main cast that really carried this and really kept me engaged. But on the whole, it's a film I'm glad I watched, and that's why I'm giving The Smashing Machine 3.5 stars. So what did you guys think to the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you not seen it yet? And are you planning on seeing it? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys joined us for today's journey and you want to see more, do press the like and subscribe button, as it really does help the channel. And of course, you can check out all my other playlists, which include movie reviews, movie rankings, movie locations and movie attractions, and more content to come in the future. I want to thank you again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.